Good morning. Welcome to day 71 of meditation. I'm just getting my timer on. So this week we're talking about self-awareness and pacing. And I think my original idea for this was that I had taken a class in mindfulness for health. And we had to do a exercise for a week or continued it for a couple of weeks actually. And partly this course was for people that were in chronic pain. And what one needed to do was look at uh, how one spends their time each day and look at how one felt before the activity, how long the activity took place, and how one felt afterwards. And you would rate yourself on regards to physical pain or discomfort, or no pain at all. And also in terms of stress and anxiety. So one of the things that I ended up seeing for my own self, come here, bud. Come here. Sorry, was that some of the things that I thought I was doing from like in my own best interest. So say cooking, those of you who know me know I love to cook. Sometimes my cooking gets so involved from a health perspective that I would, before the activity, before cooking, I felt perfectly at ease and just content. And then I would start cooking and I would feel content and no stress and pain in the body. But then I would have to keep elaborating. Not I would have to. My habitual patterns would keep elaborating, and maybe I'll add this, maybe I'll do this, maybe I should cook for a little bit more so I could give it to somebody else. My famous give it to somebody else. And so I spent, then I realized after the activity, I felt, somewhere along the line, maybe about 45 minutes into it, I would start to feel tension and stress and regret. So I realized that I have about a 45-minute realistic period in which I can cook and prepare things. Now, of course, there are going to be times during the holidays, etc., or we need to do more, or if we've set aside time during the day specifically for such an activity. But my experience was I would put these activities into times during my day where there wasn't sufficient time allotted for the activity. So that was another huge thing that I began to realize in terms of pacing, was that I was unwilling to really look at my schedule realistically. And I wanted to do more in my day than was realistically possible in order to have sufficient sleep and a restful body. And not that those things are they're important. Of course they're important. But also when, this stuff all ties together, the more I looked at what my ultimate intentions were, what I valued most, what was most important to me, and I realized that those other activities not interfere, they didn't support that. So they support it sometimes under some conditions, but not others. So I encourage you today to look at and realistically check your watch and see how much time you spend doing particular activities. Be honest with yourself and see how you feel before and after, and just kind of jot it down on paper. Very simple, not a lot of detail, unless you would like to do that. By all means, I invite you. I'm incredibly lazy when it comes to that, or perhaps my impatience and wanting to move on to the next thing. So, in fact, I'm going to engage in this activity for a week again and see how I'm spending my time. I think I like to live in willful denial sometimes. So partly that is why I haven't been posting as much on this 90-day period, because as much as I love to do that and I want to be helpful, I am basically pretty physically exhausted at the end of my days. And I just, rather than pushing myself to do something, I've been really listening to my own body that really needs some time to just relax and recuperate for a whole hour. So, and then I've been able to spend time on the weekend, really just enjoying myself. I do a little cleaning during the week, so I don't have to do that on the weekend. I do my shopping, which has been working for me. So everybody has to do what works for them. All right, let's sit and meditate together. We'll do 10 minutes because I talked quite a bit there. I haven't been feeling so well, and these mornings have not gone well the past couple of days. So today I feel a little better, and I appreciate anybody's just tolerance of some of the mornings that have been real disheveled and not so well put together. All right, let's go. 10 minutes. I hit the wrong bell. All right, done. Start. The bell might be loud, so I apologize. Here we go. So finding a comfortable, upright, seated position, unless, of course, you need to lay down. And so much of either meditation practice or a spiritual life in general, even modern psychology, we're exploring how do we return to harmony with ourselves, our communities, our planet, our families. So, in that vein, can you feel into your own body and discover as you sit, how do you bring your physical body into harmony with itself? Can you keep relaxing so that there's an alertness and a structural organization or integrity that feels natural and harmonious, or the least amount of energy is utilized to maintain that harmony? So when we stack bone on bone, the muscles don't have to work so hard to pull the body upright. We can just ease back into the structure. And then become aware that thoughts are flowing. Emotions are moving through like weather systems. Sometimes there's long periods of quiet. Sometimes there's lots of turbulence. And I would invite you to investigate those weather systems, not from an analytical mind, but from a awareness perspective, from a felt sense. Are they as solid as we think they are? Can they produce satisfaction? Are they personal? What are they? Without looking for the answers, just posing the questions. are you doing? Have a beautiful day, everyone. And it's foggy out today, so be careful driving if you're anywhere in the 100 and Bucks area. And be interesting to watch yourself, which is self-awareness and pacing. Okay, get to know yourself. Your everything you need to know is right there at home. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.